What's up? Remember a long time ago, if you held your phone vertically, the internet would be mad. Times change. So, I was gonna make this yesterday, the day after my dad's birthday, but we had some shit to do. But my dad's birthday. So, my dad's birthday. Dad's birthday. All right, so as I said, we don't celebrate birthdays. I mean, I did. Oh, my mom did. I don't remember doing anything with my dad's birthday when, like, back in the day. I don't remember. Yeah. I only started celebrating or acknowledging my dad's birthday when I was in Japan because my mom, I call her on her birthday and she's like, or I call her on Mother's Day and she's like, yeah, your dad's birthday is coming up, so here's a phone. Like that. Last year we talked on the phone for like an hour and 15 minutes. The longest we ever do. Usually we talk like 10 seconds. Hey. But yeah. So we don't celebrate birthdays. But as I said, my dad was looking, he was excited, he seemed, because we bought beer because he was expecting a party. But my brother said he was making a big fuss about it. But on the day, nothing really happened. So I made the video and then I went off to the mall, go to Spencer's, and it was the right spot because they had the cards I was looking for. So I was looking through all the cards and then I found one. This video is just gonna go up like this, so I don't know how I'm gonna post that other card picture. But it was a picture of a donkey, and the donkey was saying, oh, my legs don't work anymore, my eyes are blurry. And then when you open up, it says, growing old is a pain in the ass. Right? My dad didn't get that part because he doesn't go. But he saw the donkey and he read the things and he said, you hit it. What did he say? He said, you got the perfect card. At first he said, did I buy it or did I make it? Because, I could have made it. Get some card stock and print it up if I had a printer. But yeah, you got the perfect card. And but before all that, so when I came back from the mall, it was like 12 o'clock. The door was locked. 12 o'clock and my dad locked the door, right? He does that sometimes, but it's 12 o'clock. So I go in there, the door's locked. He's up and he's laying in his bed. So that's not cool. I mean, old people will be taking naps, but I don't think it was like a nap. It's just kind of like, man, this day sucks. So anyway, I bought the little tasty cake. I went to the dollar store and I got 2 candles. It's about 89. And I bought a lighter because I don't think my house had one. And that was everything. And then I bought him a scratch ticket. He likes the one that goes 333. All right, so I get all those pieces, put them together. I light the candles, but they're wax candles, and it's like dripping wax on, like it's starting to drip. And it kept falling over because the tasty cake is only like this big. So I just blew them out, and then brought the little plate with the little tasty cake up to my dad. He sang happy birthday to himself, and then he was just like, where'd you find these candles? Because it says 89. I don't think they made it specifically for people over 89. I think it's for 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds, but and he was laughing, he was happy, and yeah, good vibes. And then maybe, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours later, like 2 o'clock, my brother, sister-in-law, and nephew came over. So my nephew comes in and he's like, what's up, uncle? Then my sister-in-law comes in. She's like, "What's up, Matthew?" Then my brother comes in, and I wanted to say, "What's up?" But we're still not talking. So then my dad comes down, and my brother, and they brought him lobster and crabs and all this seafood shit. Apparently my dad used to catch them in Jamaica. But it was a lot. It was like a feast for like 8 people, but I don't eat that shit, you know? So then they did a toast, and then my brother had to leave. And one complaint that my dad was having about me was my brother, he would find these random videos on TikTok or Instagram or wherever, and he was sharing with my dad, and my dad would laugh. Ah ha ha, that's so funny. Usually it's like someone fought, like funniest home video kind of funny, like someone falling or some shit. Not funny to me, but so one day my dad's like, "How comes you don't show me videos? How comes you don't make me laugh?" And that made me mad, because that's not my thing. I would never, well, one, the stuff I find funny, you probably wouldn't find it funny. Like I watch a lot of producer memes, and it'll be like a producer, he's going through his drum kicks and just sitting there. And it's funny because that's what well, it goes, there's 2 parts. One, that there's like a billion drum kicks that we have, but at the end of the day, we only use 1. So that's funny, you know? I doubt he would find that funny, so I don't show it. But anyway, he's yelling at, well, not yelling, but just saying, "How come you don't do it?" And I'm like, because I'm not him, I'm me. I didn't say that, but it just made me mad. But anyway, I was on Instagram, and I saw this woman who was doing like one of those voiceovers, right? And it was with this, I guess she's Jamaican, right? And this some Jamaican was going to the hospital, and they said they had to do surgery, but he's like, "I'll just put warm water on it." And I thought it was so funny, because that's something my dad would say. So I saved it, and then I showed it to him, and he laughed, and, you know, hooray, hurrah. But then he said, "You know, today was great. I had a good day. And, but you should talk to your brother, or have you talked to your brother yet?" or something like that. But he already knows the answer, because the whole time my brother was sitting there, we didn't say nothing. And he's like, "Yeah, you guys should talk." And this is hard, because telling someone they should do something and not intervening is, we need like a sit down where all parties involved, and we could kind of come to some resolution. But that's not how my family works. There'll be no studio audiences with the awes and the music wrapping up with hugs. So it's sad, because, you know, he's worried about that. But it's ironic, because when my mom passed, my dad is religion A, and his brother is religion B. You can switch it to whatever you need to get the idea, right? And since the COVID, no one could go to the funerals. I mean, they live overseas anyway, but they're gonna stream it, Zoom. And apparently, whenever my brother's family, or my dad's brothers, my uncle's family start talking, they start bringing up religion B, my dad's religion A, and they get into this big. So he didn't want that to happen at his wife's funeral. So he's like, I was in charge of all the digital stuff. He's He's like, don't tell them to. I don't even know how he said it, and I don't even know how. I mean, I guess this has been it's been a common thing. So he's like, don't tell them the access code. Like, okay. I mean, I think I already tweeted it or I put it on Facebook, and they could just type in the last name, and they could probably narrow it down by the. But anyway, he's just like, don't tell him. And then he said, my dad said, when he dies, he doesn't want us to tell his brother. So you can see how, and this is just one is like, so this is what I know, or this is what I've seen, but it gets worse, and I'm not even going to go into that because it just sucks. Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah. So on that day I made the video, I said I had $10 and I spent $10 to get my dad's little gift together, and it was worth it because he liked it. Wow, look at that bird. I think I said the same thing I came out here before. Some beautiful birds out here. We're gonna go through the secret passage. If you can see it way back there. We didn't go the last time. We usually do a loop. But yeah, so I spent my last 10, and then around, I don't know, later that day, I had 2 sales, which was just like back to back. Boom, sale. Boom, sale. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. So now I'm like literally living sale to sale. So the situation with that, right? When I came back home, like coming back from leaving Japan and moving everything back here, it took up my last 2 paychecks. I had 2 jobs, right? And it was just so basically all the money I had, it was gone the minute I landed back on American soil, because it just. So anyway, that was my stress point at the time. I'm like, yeah, I'm stressed about this because in about 2 months and a half, shit's gonna hit the fan. I tell my brother. I said, yeah. He's like, don't worry about it, man. I got you. Okay. I'm not one to worry so much. Like right now, this is segueing all about, but like, actually, I don't know if I'm gonna go through the secret passage because I'm worried. I'm sorry. Because there might be snakes because I'm gonna go through the woods. And there might be snakes in there, and ticks and snakes, and I don't want to get any ticks and snakes on me. So, yeah, we're gonna have to go the long way around. Yeah. So we're gonna do that loop to loop. But yeah, so my brother's like, don't worry about it, I got you. So the first check that came was from my mom's life insurance. After we paid the after we paid off the funeral stuff, there was some money left over, so that was what I was living off for that month. Then the next month we were able to get because my mom died because of COVID, so FEMA was giving out COVID checks or something, so I got that. And my mom, her last Social Security check went to me, so that's basically 3 months. And then, my brother would help me out, but we're not talking. So that's that. And my sister, I mean, I guess the hard part for me, there's a song by J. Cole. It goes, Pride. So pride is killing me. I just don't want to ask. Well, I'm not going to ask my brother. I'm sleeping out here if it came to that. I don't ask my dad because my dad worries about everything, so I don't want him to be concerned. I don't ask my sister because she got her own thing. So I don't know. I don't know. But that's my situation. Maybe somebody will say, why don't you get a job? What? Okay, I'm gonna go off track. So, when I came back, my brother strongly suggested I apply for welfare. I was like, I don't want to do that because I could work. I could go work at McDonald's. Like, you don't want to work at McDonald's. You got a master's degree, and you're like, yeah, that may be the case, but I'm able-bodied and I could work. And you're like, nah, you should do that because, just do this for now, and then in September when my brother retires, then you could whatever. So begrudgingly said, okay, I sign up for it, and like that. So my dad, right, as I mentioned before, he didn't want to go into the program because he said it feels like we're trying to put him on welfare. And it was like a strong point. So my dad's 89. He's never been on assisted living. I think we were. I can't really remember. I remember food stamps, like the physical food stamps. Maybe a week but it wasn't a thing. Whatever. So my dad, even now, he's like, I've never been on welfare. So here that's kind of my DNA, and I just had to do it, and I did it. Well, I didn't have to. I chose to do it, and I did it. I got accepted, so I get food stamps. But now it's like a debit card, and I feel so embarrassed every time I go and swipe it, but the reason, so I won't starve. I always got money for food, and I don't eat that much, so whatever. But the whole idea is so I can, if my dad turns for the worse, I'll be right there, bam, helping him out. That's the idea. But I don't like it. It makes me feel. So I've been saying this to myself, it's not forever. It's just right now, at this moment. Whatever. But so yeah. So really, I'm good. My gym is, I think my gym is paid up till next month. So I'm good. But when my gym membership no longer can be paid, I still walk and I can Zumba in the streets. Yeah. But yeah. A friend of mine, he hit me up at 12 a.m. I was sleeping by that time, but he hit me up and he showed me this video he made about. So apparently he went to some basketball court, and there were some kids there doing non-basketball stuff. And he was saying that this is a really historic place. And I wanted to say, I don't know, but he plays basketball, so it means something to him. And I'm all on the wrong side of the road, as I always am. Wrong side of the tracks. All right, let me get on the right side. I don't know, out here they'll hit you, man. They will hit you and run. But so he made this video and he sent it to me, and I'm looking at it. So I have different lenses. That's from business school. Different ways to look at different things, different lenses. Financially, the accounting side, or finances, accounting, marketing, advertising, overall business, different lenses, right? So I'm looking at it through, all right. And I'm glad it wasn't like 20 minutes long. I hate when people send me stuff like that. It's just like a minute thing. All right, I'm looking at it. So you get an A for effort, because I know he's not a video guy and it's his first time doing it. So the fact that he did it, you get props from me, because it takes a lot of, it's nerve-wracking doing something. Well, I guess it depends on, but for me, doing something that I haven't done before, so I have to like learn how to do it, and it's all like, So you get points for that. He gets points for he sent it. I used to meet, I'm sure I'll meet them here too, but people who, they're like, I started doing this, but then I stopped doing it because it didn't look good. So the fact that he finished, executed it, and published it to me, one person, you get props. And then I might look into if there's music involved, how did that come out? The overall construction of it. And, the aesthetics. And then I might look into the marketing aspect. Is it really would anyone care to see it? Blah, blah, blah. Then, go into the business side, but depending on the person and depending on the question asked, you just get the A for effort and the A for publishing it. Also, in my way of thinking, would I watch this again? Probably not. But all those things don't need to be said unless asked. No one asked, so I don't say those things. So I told him, as I just said, props to you publishing it and props for you executing your idea. The end. But another thought, all these thoughts is kind of big bang out in my head. Boom, all these different. One was, okay, you see how hard it was? Because my friend, we always get into these long debates about how I could get my music out there, or how I could blah, 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 blah. And it's always the people who never do it who have all these really I won't say stupid ideas, but just, if you did it, you wouldn't say it because you know that it doesn't work that way. Nowadays, I say that, I'd be like, it doesn't work that way. I mean, it could, but it doesn't work that way. I mean, I just saw this video, right? This guy, face tattoos and all that. And it had, I'm going to expose the industry. Those videos, music videos. And it had 3 million views. Not that matters, but it had 3 million views. And the guy had all these face tattoos. So I thought he was going to be like, I'm an industry plant. And it didn't work out for me. So I turned it on, and I'm watching it, and this guy, his name's Tom, maybe you know him. He was articulate. He was very succinct what he was saying. Let me get on the right side of the tracks so I don't get my ass cracked. Where are we at for time now? We 23. So this might be a 41. It's always interesting when someone gives you a nod. Not just a, hey, human being, nice to meet you. Because I for whatever reason, I just felt like, it's America. I mean, it is America. There's some fucked up shit that is happening. But, so yeah, the video is 18 minutes, and I watched about 17 minutes of it. And it's basically him saying, I'm an independent artist. My girlfriend and I pack and sell our own CDs. We don't do Spotify and all that shit. And we try to get on the Billboard charts, and they refuse to acknowledge our sales, despite giving them all the data that they required. He was saying that when he releases his independent projects, he should land on Billboard's #1 because blah, 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 blah. So they wanted to try, but they were just getting shut down. And I think most of us who do content know how it is when you're dealing with these mega companies. Like, I made a video. I was searching for my tracks to use for the open mic, which failed. I can't find them. I forget what they were titled, or they're just not on hard drives. I found this video. During COVID, someone reached out to me and they're like, "Can you? We're doing these online live shows, and someone recommended you. Can you do something?" So I'm out there green screening in my room. I'm taking it back. I'm dancing around in my socks, recording some shit like at 4 a.m. And I found a video where I'm just dancing around. So I crop it, because it was like a 15-minute set, but I just took a little bit. And I posted a TikTok. And then I go back to see if anyone liked it. And TikTok's like, audio removed, copyright infringement. I'm like, who am I copywriting? I made the beat, I'm rapping. So I take it down, I put it back up, and boom, copyright infringement. This used to happen with YouTube, and you gotta send them this and send them that. So I think I watched it because I understand his frustration. But anyway, a little segue. So my friend, that's where I'm going with this. My friend who made his one video, and he said it was really frustrating for him, but you know, he made it. I want to say, so now go post that online. Post it to whatever social site that's yours, right? And then start getting those haters who, for what, like, they just wake up, time to hate on some random person. Like, how would you feel? Or post it and watch no one like it or look at it, and then come back to me with some random ideas. But I didn't say that because, you know, whatever. I mean, he led with, "You inspired me to create some content," and that's cool. I think everyone should make something. It doesn't have to be videos. It could be a podcast, songs, poetry. Play the piano. Record yourself playing the piano. Whatever it may be. So I listened to Kendrick, his album. I didn't listen to it in one full setting because I went to the gym and my timing was off or whatever. So I only could listen to one half, and then I listened to the other half. But technically it's 2 halves, so yeah, remember when a double album meant like 2 physical CDs, 18 songs on both sides? Anyway, so the hype machine bothers me. Like, because I listened to Pimp a Butterfly. Was it Pimp a Beautiful Butterfly? 4 years after the fact, or 7, when I wanted to listen to it, not when it was being touted around as this is the greatest shit ever. So I listened to it in that kind of bubble. But this one just came out, and I got iTunes, it's there. So I'm listening to it, and but I'm seeing all the posts. "Oh, this is the greatest, da, 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 da." And it makes me not want to, it makes the levels much higher. It's like part of me wants to fight it. But I'm also trying to be objective. So I listened to it, and the first thing I thought when I finished the whole thing is, I did a project like last month. The first week of May, I was doing these mini sessions where I would just record my thoughts about the shit that's going on right now. And it's going to be called Music is My Therapy. And I think in his first track he says something like, therapy something, something, something. And then I saw this other rapper, it's like, yo, he stole my idea. It's like, nah. you can't steal the concept of music being your therapy. I think that was way before we even existed. But so I listened to the project again, and it was dope because it's raw. Like I just kind of push play, and this one in talking about the shit that's going on. Some notables. I say something like, well, I guess you gotta listen to it. You see what it is. But yeah, I just felt like I like the beats. Like when I listen to music now, I listen for the musicality since I'm trying to make my own tracks. I mean, I always made tracks, but it would be sampling. I mean, I made tracks, but like I'm listening to how the bass line is. I'm listening to, does that hi-hat stay the same the whole time or does it switch up? These cars don't even be seeing me in broad daylight. You're gonna see the video drop like that. Be like, right? Well, here's the thing. If I got hit, I don't think the driver would stop and upload the video on my behalf. Well, being home, I see a lot of dead animals. I saw a dead deer, skunks, there was a little hedgehog looking thing. I see squirrels, dead birds. I don't think I might have saw some dead animals in Japan, but I just see them like every day. It's a thing. Where are we at? 31? By the time we make it to the top of the hill, it'll be time to turn around. But yeah, so maybe my favorite song to the first listening would be, and for me, what makes the song good, like lyric wise, you know, he's doing his lyric things, and the beat wise, I like most of the beats. But the one song where he's talking about where him and his girlfriend are arguing, that, like, I don't like arguments. Like, well, I mean, who does? But I hate being in a situation, like being near people who are arguing. I don't like that. It just makes me feel uneasy. And that, the song gave me that vibe. Like, I'm just sitting in the back seat like, okay, can you let me out? It's real. At first I thought he was doing the girls part too, but it seems to be another person. But yeah. So I guess I would listen to it again. Yeah. But yeah, so it was that song, and there was the one song where I forget how it goes, but it's like blah 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 blah. I'm gonna butcher it up, but I can see myself in the club. I think he's like push people away, like but he says it. I don't know if it's a meme, like he's making fun of someone who says it that way, or that's just how he walked into the studio. I think it's that one. I'm Kendrick. I can do what I want. But yeah, it's a beautiful day, man. It's so beautiful that my dad, like this morning, so basically this is my life, right? I wake up and I listen to hear if my dad turned on his TV, because that means he's okay, because he turned on the TV. And then I'll go downstairs, I'll put the kettle on, because I guess it makes sense. I was making fun of him, but my dad doesn't like to microwave water. But apparently microwave water is different from kettled water. All right. When I first came back, I warmed up some water. He came down, I used the microwave. Well, the first day I used the microwave, he's like, don't use the microwave, use the kettle. So the next day I used the kettle, and he's like, did you use the kettle? I was like, yeah. He came downstairs and he touched the kettle to see if it was warm. Now, but little does he know, I could warm up the kettle and still microwave it. It's like, that's how I think, man. So then I do that, and then eventually he'll go downstairs, he'll get himself a cup of coffee. Either he'll stay downstairs and watch the news, or go upstairs and watch the news. Then I'll go off to the gym, like an hour or so, come back, we'll watch some Price is Right, and then I kind of slip away to work on some music, then like just always trying to make sure he's okay, just checking up on him. So this morning I go downstairs, or I do the kettle thing. He didn't turn the TV on yet. Then he walked by, said good morning, and then he goes downstairs, and then I go downstairs, but I can't find my dad. Like, where's my dad? He's not in the backyard. He's not sitting on the porch. Then the door opens and my dad comes out with this like walker, you know, the canes. My mom bought the cane for him last year when he was having some problems, but he's never used the cane because my dad is stubborn, and so he comes in the house using the cane, and the running joke is, you know who's laughing right now? Well, I mean, I don't know if it's that funny. I guess who? And I was like, who? He's like, your mom's laughing. And I'm like, I guess. And then so that usually works. Anytime I want to get a laugh out of my dad, I'll just say, yeah, mom said it. Like, yeah. But it's tough, man. It is tough. Making these videos is tough. We might even go over 40 minutes, man. But making these videos are tough because they're just tough. I mean, there's some bright spots and whatever, but like being home, being in where I live, everything is old. Like, I'm old, right? Whatever. But like things that were shiny and vibrant, as time goes on, gets old and dilapidated. My house, my dad, he's not getting dilapidated. But you know what I mean. Things are just getting old. And yeah, it's just like, I don't like when houses get old, like a city gets old, what happens? Like, they knock it down. I mean, in my city, the downtown area, they're knocking all those old buildings down and rebuilding them, making them all sparkly. But us poor folks can't afford to live in the downtown area. The restaurants are all shiny. Like, my brother took me there once, and I went to a diner twice downtown. When I look in there, the people who are in that diner do not look like me. Like, they just, but yeah, someone told me, actually, we're gonna hit the 41. We're gonna try to keep the, so someone told me, you know, these videos are better than the ones that you made in Japan, which I guess for some people that may be the case, because my situation was I was chilling, and now I'm like I'm at the bottom, and now this is like a struggle. I'm truly underdogging it right now, and maybe that's interesting. I don't know. Keeping up the fight, but a couple people, as I mentioned, they told me I should make these videos, and they are cathartic, but yeah. So let's see. So what I'm gonna do when I get back home, I gotta work on that mini album. It's like 6 songs, whatever. I'm working on my first sample pack. Actually, we're gonna go over a little bit. So I was mentioning sample packs. So I made one. Just made one. So the process is gonna be, because I don't have the Mozart skills, like, so I got my little But I could layer it up so it's like, and then I'm gonna run it into my SP 404 to get the tape effect, and then I might overlay some vocals on it, like vocal things, and chop those up, put my little twist on it. So we'll see how that comes out. That'll be my first. We'll go from there. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching. And although I didn't say happy birthday to my dad, on behalf of everyone who said happy birthday to my dad, through osmosis, he said thank you and he appreciated it. But yeah, 20 seconds left. Is there anything else I missed? I think I got everything. Yeah. All right, be safe. Thanks for watching, and peace.